Welcome to the One More Thing Tech Podcast. So,
yes, thank you very much.
I'm your host, Adam.
And I'm Quasey.
Here's a fun fact. So, behind the scenes, we had a discussion, me and Quasey, about the new soundboard we have, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. Well, up until today, Quasey has not done a single one of them until just then. So, it's okay.
I used it the first day that it came out, and then, I was holding off a little bit, right?
Yeah.
But, because I wanted to add my own sounds. Like, they didn't have this. Which is something I need for when you make a terrible take. Like, this is gonna save me a lot of pain and heartache.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
If I make a terrible take, you can probably be like, cue the boo or something, and I probably won't press it, but I might.
Boo. I like that.
That's the important part.
I mean, when we talk about PS5s and Xboxes and stuff, especially the PlayStation side, we'll definitely use that. So,
I don't I think you're hating on PlayStation a little bit too much. We have, you know what, Adam, I'm gonna have to bring my PlayStation over to you and just let you finagle around with it, because I'm realizing you must just not have an experience with the PlayStation. I feel like, sorry, we're gonna get to the actual thing later,
okay,
but
Quasey.
I feel like the operating system's a lot more fluid than the Xbox operating system.
Do you realize that I was initially a PlayStation fan and user? Did you know this? Like
in this generation or
PS1, PS2, PS3, I was all in.
See,
right?
He stopped after PS4. Granted, I personally thought
PS3.
Xbox was the best in the PS4, that's the 6th generation. I thought the Xbox
Here's
was
what I
better
hear, Quasey, from PlayStation users as a whole. As a whole, PlayStation games and their IP is generally set for single-player games. Would you say it's true?
I wouldn't say it's false.
So, with that being said, the other flip side is that Xbox is the opposite, where the games that they kind of produce are multiplayer. Not just PvP, it's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about co-op campaign kind of stuff. Like, you can't play Spider-Man co-op campaign, which would be phenomenal if they did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying it's a terrible thing, but like that's one thing I didn't realize with the two different platforms is that that's kind of a true statement. So like you have the new Gears of War coming out. It's like 4-player co-op campaign. You have other games like that. They're the same kind of thing. You have like some Call of Duty with that aspect and some other things like Forza Horizon and everything else. But like Sony kind of like wants you to play alone, and I guess you can, but like I don't know. That's stuff I miss because I used to be able to play my PS2 games with my friends because they had, guess what, multiple spots for controllers in the console. And so I didn't realize that about the two, and not trying to bash either one. I just it didn't click with me until just recently. But like, would you not enjoy playing Spider-Man, Wolverine, or like some of the games from PlayStation co-op? I guess Ratchet & Clank is co-op, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure off the top of my head any PlayStation exclusives or PlayStation like Sony their games that are multiplayer. But I will say, the reason I'm playing my PlayStation is because I have no friends. Otherwise, I'd be out and about, right?
Quasey has more friends as a collective than I do.
No,
and that's not like bashing me or giving him praise. I'm just saying, like, I guess the older I get, the more people I select to be my friends because, there's a lot of douchebags out there.
Yeah, but I like being at home playing. Like, you gotta understand, some of their most popular games, I just spat. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was absolutely disgusting. Some of their most popular games are Spider-Man and God of War. And,
hell yeah.
I don't think I'd want to play those two games co-op, right? If you ever played Lego Marvel Superheroes co-op, right? First and foremost, I hate playing that game with people because everybody always wants to be the character I want to be. No, you didn't want to be Spider-Man 10 minutes ago. I just did it again. Did you see that? Like, I don't know what's going on with me today.
I wasn't.
You
gonna
didn't
say
want to be
anything,
Spider-Man yesterday. All right? So why are you trying to be Spider-Man today? Spider-Man's my character. Spider-Man's been my character since day one, right? Or Lego Batman. I hate playing Lego Batman because in Lego Batman 2, I was robbed. Like, me and my brother were playing, and I was Robin for the majority of the time. Then we unlock Superman, and all of a sudden, he doesn't want to be Batman anymore. No. Give me the superpowered individual. So it's like, it avoids a lot of arguments, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to sit there and be like, you know what?
Aside from that, though, like, just think of, like, I don't know, Gears of War is a great example in my head, right off the bat. You can play just different characters, up to 4 people co-op. Campaign, I don't know if it's split screen. I think you have to have another console and game. But regardless of all that, it doesn't have to be couch co-op. I don't know, those games, those kind of games, I love to play with other people because it makes it like you get to enjoy that experience with that other person or group of people. And to me, that's like really fun because it's a way that if your friends are far away, you can kind of come together and do something together, right? And
I definitely
to me, it's a beautiful thing that we have. Like, you know, you play Minecraft with somebody or Stardew Valley or something like that. It's a great time because the collective objective that you're trying to do, you work together to achieve, and it's not just you doing it, it's you have help, and that to me is awesome. Like if you try to build a huge Minecraft base, right, or a structure for a farm or whatever together, that's like that collective achievement of what you're trying to do to me is fun. And when those games do offer a co-op campaign, like great example Diablo, right, I don't want to play it by myself because it's made to enjoy with other people. So, like, to me, that's just a great thing that you could do that I think the industry is not utilizing like they should. I want to see more of that. I'm not saying every game should be co-op. I'm saying there are lots of games like a shooter, right? Call of Duty. Could you not... Okay, I know there's, like, teams in Fortnite and stuff, but could you imagine, like, having a shooter like Call of Duty or something like that you could just play with your friends? You know, or let's say GTA 6, right?
Warframe.
Big open world game. Imagine like you playing with your friends as a co-op campaign in that game to achieve these missions and stuff. Oh, to me, it's just a great concept, and I love it, and I want that to come back because it's kind of dying.
If I can just play devil's advocate a little bit,
sure.
People are hard to work with, right? Me and my older brother, more because he misses playing together. We've been playing Split Fiction, right? And Split Fiction is a game that requires 2 people.
Yes.
And I don't want to say we're bad at the game, but our communication could definitely use work.
You can choose your co-op person, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can choose... You can go choose somebody who's really good at the game, or you can choose somebody who you can't agree with on anything, and that'll make a stark difference. But I'm just saying, like... You don't want to get a game that you have to play with other people, right? Because I'll be honest with you, not everyone has friends, and that's okay. You can not have friends
correct.
and still live a great life. You know,
I wouldn't say the games that you have to play with somebody is a different category. Those make sense for specific needs, right? I'm saying like you can play Minecraft with somebody or without somebody, but you have the option. Right, like I'm playing It Takes Two, and such a good game if you've not played it, by the way. Highly recommend it. The story, the immersiveness, the graphics, the whole, everything about it's really good. But that's another game you had to play with somebody else, and it requires like even to skip the other person, right? So I'm just saying that like growing up, it was so cool. Like at the weekends in the summertime, to go with my friend's house. They come to my house, so we have one console and play a game together, like Time Splitters or, you know, whatever it was, a racing game or so on and so on, like Need for Speed and stuff. Those are the days where it was so fun because you looked forward to your friends coming over and playing a game together, right? And it was just so fun. And it's changed a little bit. And maybe I'm just being like old and thinking about this, but like it's clear that co-op campaign kind of games are not dying 100%, and the ones that are out there are so popular. I mean, just look at Minecraft. That's a great example. I think as a collective, most people play that with other people more than themselves.
Actually, I think the thing with Minecraft is everybody has a 2-week phase at the start of the summer, and you have the best time of your life during those 2 weeks. And then for some reason, everybody just starts to fade out, and you find out actually. When you mentioned Minecraft earlier, I realized I have to go cancel my Realm subscription, so I did that really quickly. And my Realm will be open for 19 more days, but that's not the point. Everybody starts to slowly fade out, and then you're just playing it by yourself.
Well, see, that's
I'm not
true.
upset about that.
That's just things because of like responsibilities in life, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, I want to play games more as an adult, but you know, I have a kid, I have a wife, I have family. You know, you got stuff you got to do. The
I know,
honey-do
it's really
list
unfortunate.
and
How
stuff.
many
So like,
responsibilities just
yeah,
pile
I
up.
mean, I wish I had more time to play, but like that's for me part of the reason for it. But I just, you know, it's something that when I do play with friends and family and stuff, it's an enjoyable thing for me because I get to have fun and they're right there with me having the same fun, right?
Yeah.
And maybe it's just that community aspect that I like about it. But like, you know, it's also it's catch-22. You can do a random collab with somebody that you never met before in your life. That could be an awful experience, but it can also be a huge, awesome experience. Like I have met some people in Destiny 2, those games, that like you're like, oh my gosh, I had no clue who you are in real life, but like I get to know you playing the game, and they're a cool person, and like I would have never got to even meet them otherwise. So like, there's always these great stories, but there's also horror stories where you're like, this person like, you know, was the worst, and like account banned me, whatever else, right? You get that too, but like, I don't know. It's just one of those things that like, I don't want to see die, and I really enjoy that when I do get to do that with people. So it's like, me and Quiz used to play Minecraft, you know, in the summertime, and it was always like you started playing like, how is it already time to leave lunch? I thought we started playing 2.5 minutes ago, right? Because you get lost in the game and it's so fun. And the amount of times where Quasi had to help me, you know, not die from 12 skeletons trying to kill me and stuff, you know.
You make it sound like I'm just like the greatest at every game.
No, but I'm
not
saying
that
like that help when I'm trying to do something else and did not know that I had this many enemies near me was great, because otherwise I would have been dead. You know, I'm trying to get some diamonds or whatever
he
it was
would
at the
have, in
time.
fact, been dead.
But you know, like
I
same
can
thing. Maybe
attest.
Quasi was mining something, didn't see something because they're not always loud, and then he turns in like there's 2 creepers and 4 zombies.
Oh yeah, my favorite
And like
part.
you know, but like that kind of stuff, you know, is great to experience with other people. That was not a huge tangent, Quasi, but it's okay. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I just put it out there. I love how Minecraft will allow me to just turn around and there'll be a creeper that just
Yes.
the second I turn around it goes, "Sss," but it didn't make a
too late.
single bit of noise earlier. Not
Yeah.
one.
He could have been walking on, tinfoil. You would never hurt him. They're the quietest creatures until they get right up to you.
It's
Yeah.
really annoying. But I guess that they are called creepers for a reason. So
Yes. All to say though, did you
Unfortunate.
hear that the MacBook Air is experiencing some major shortages?
I did hear that. It was kind of very interesting to hear.
Well, I think the common reason is because people want to get a MacBook, right? And they want
Right,
to spend a
especially
little
because
bit less
college
money.
is starting for a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Oh, Quasi, I told you this morning that I saw another MacBook Neo, and
I can confirm
the
you told me
MacBook
this morning.
Neo, as we know, is a John Turnus IDM product, and it's not unknown that this is the case. Just to have the kind of stones to go up to Tim Cook and say, guess what? I have an idea for a MacBook that uses an iPhone processor. And Tim's got to be like, I mean, yeah, I guess that could work. Maybe. I mean, are you sure that's going to work? It's for an iPhone, right? This is a way different device. Like, Tim, just trust me on this one, right? I got this. Tim's like, I trust you. You've been here for a long time. It's been great. The coffee you bought me last week is really good too. Let's just do this, right? And to see the overwhelming amount of success with that device, where it's like out of stock to this day, right? I know the price increase sucks, I get that, but like that is a tremendous device, and I've used them. I don't have one yet, but I've used them quite a bit to know that it well exceeded my expectations of what it could do for what it has for specs. I don't think there's a device on earth that's more optimized for performance than that device, because I have seen people have like Chrome tabs of like 80 plus Chrome tabs and try video edit and all this other stuff that you think you could not be able to do on this. And here we go. And it just overwhelmingly is a great device.
Yeah.
Is it for every type of person? No. I'll be clear about that. But like, unless you're a Pixar employee or you're trying to render like Casey said this morning, like over 4 videos in one Premiere Pro or Final Cut, whatever, it can pretty much handle most things that you can think of. And that is impressive and it just showcases how good that the iPhone processor really is. It's not even the newest one. It's an old generation one.
Yeah, I think it's done from the 16 Pro.
Yeah, it doesn't shock me. It just amazes me of the idea of doing this and having the confidence to say, we got this. Samsung can be next. Use one of your chipsets from your phones and to computers you guys make, and it would probably be great too. What a great concept.
I think Samsung has an advantage too because they already have Samsung decks in their phones. Yep. So, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. I
encourage Samsung to do the same. And the reason why is because I think they make great hardware. I think they're really good at doing certain things well. I don't think as a whole, like for the phone side, they're the best at that, but they're really good at it. And I want to see what they can do with it. So, and we need more competition out there because yes, you have like the Chromebooks and stuff like that, but don't for a second compare a Chromebook to a MacBook Neo. I mean, it's like comparing like a Hot Wheels car to a Ferrari, right? They both look kind of cool. They're both like a cheaper end kind of thing in the sense of this topic, but like two are radically different. Chromebooks are just quite terrible. Like if you're just using Chrome, okay.
Not all of them.
They're terrible.
Not all of them. Some of them are
It's Chrome apps
okay.
And Chrome. They're not.
Well,
good.
It depends on your use case. Obviously, you can't use one, but, a child in elementary school, they don't need to be playing games. They just need to do their little Google Docs and their little,
But, like, that's it, though. Once you're done with school, that's all it could do. It's done. You can't even put, Stardew Valley on it. The hardware can support it. Like, it's a very limited operating system. When I say very limited, like, it is... Like, I have seen, like, the $20, like, video game consoles at Dollar Tree, have more functionality than a Chromebook.
Really?
Oh, well, it has games. It has something that you can do on it. You can't, like... You gotta go back to Flash games on a Chromebook to even experience something like that, Like, it's...
Oh my goodness, Flash
They're not
games
intended
are awesome.
for like your everyday computer. They're for a very specific purpose, and that's about it. Like if you don't want your kid to do something really bad on it, okay, I guess. But like, you also kind of saying you hate your kid at the same time. Maybe you should get one. Like, don't buy a Chromebook for college.
Oh,
I will tell you, every technician that's in IT in college will tell you, do not do that. You're going to need to have something better than that.
Please spend the extra money. I know computers are expensive, but if you're going to college this year, first and foremost, if you're going to college and you're doing anything but engineering, a MacBook is actually you might as well get an iPad, right? An iPad will do you absolutely amazing. I know a lot of people. My best friend, he only brought an iPad Pro to college. And he's doing great, The only thing is we have this thing called Lockdown Browser that sometimes doesn't work for him. Unfortunately, I don't have Lockdown Browser installed because it's literally spyware.
It is spyware.
But you guys aren't ready for that conversation, so...
It doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a
not
good
great.
Attempt.
It's horrible. It's horrible at everything it does. But that's not the point. The point is... Get an iPad, get a Windows computer, make sure you have at least I don't even want to say 8, but because
16.
of how expensive RAM is,
no, 16.
Probably get by with 8. Unless if you're majoring in engineering, you might as well go find a gaming laptop with 32 gigabytes of RAM.
Dedicated graphics card for rendering and stuff.
CAD is very intensive. If you're a video editor, I would recommend a MacBook. What are some other majors? Criminal justice, you can probably have an iPad.
Yeah.
Biochem, or any
Well,
of the health stuff. I would
comp
say
sci
you can
kind
get
of needs kind of higher end stuff too.
Really?
Yeah, and not like engineering, but like like general studies, gen ed classes. You can get by with the MacBook Neo. And
you can definitely
iPad,
get by with an
like
iPad. You can probably get by with a phone, but you'll just miss a bigger screen.
Just don't forget, iPads now come with the same chipset that MacBooks have.
Yeah, MacBooks. So
not just
actually,
the
they come with better
ones,
chipsets than the MacBook Neo. So if you want to spend the extra money, but you'll also need to get yourself a Magic Keyboard. Otherwise, your experience is
they're
not going to be
expensive,
as
but
great.
man, they're so good.
Yeah, I mean,
Oof,
if your parents buy it for you. Right? If your mom comes up to you, hey baby, what do you want? What computer do you want for college? Right? And you know you're going into college to be a music major, right? Now I have nothing against music majors. I don't want it to seem like that. I love music, right? I play a couple instruments myself, right? But if you're going into college to be a music major and you're buying a MacBook Pro or you're buying a really expensive ROG laptop, I'm gonna look at you like this because you're not gonna use any of that power. Right? You might as well go get you an iPad. iPads are actually better because you can actually have them on the music stand, and you get some physical contact. And,
just don't forget that most major brands and businesses and retailers offer educational discounts.
This is true.
So don't be a sucker and pay retail unless you really have to, right? I mean, Apple, Dell, and that's about the T-shirt. Really look for most things. Avoid
Apple,
HP,
Dell,
HP, sucks, all kinds of it.
Just those two.
I mean, realistically, they're the most recommended, but for most universities and stuff, is those two as a whole, because they're very reliable. I mean, one of the best things about Dell that I love is one of their pro support plans for warranty. Something happens to your computer when you're in college, they come to you. They'll come to your dorm or wherever else you want them to meet you to fix it. You don't really get that from anybody else, and that's just something that that's one of the great things about Dell that I love. And Apple, they just take care of something, man. They're great at that too. So man, off to a tangent. But what I gotta say is, the shortage is because, well, it's the most affordable option right now to really get for a laptop from a Mac, besides a Neo. But performance is better on the actual Airs and Neos, if you can imagine. It's a little bit sad, but at the same time, it also showcases that MacBook Air is still going strong, Quasi, and it's a good device for a lot of people. It really is. But 2 to 6 weeks, man, that's rough.
Yeah.
If your orders for college, you might be in trouble because you might not have that your first day of classes. So be on the lookout for that.
Especially if you got it sent to your home, you're not.
Since you're required,
you're not gonna be home. That could be really unfortunate. So
it's sad.
Let's be careful about that.
Just more wanting you to be aware that if you're expecting to order this now for college, you might not get it in time. So get that order before
you might be able to find it in stores though. I know I saw Neos in Best Buy, and I think I saw one at Walmart. So not Walmart.
The problem
Target.
is, as soon as they see on Apple.com 2 to 6 weeks, where they're going to go to, Quasi, they're going to rush to the stores.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Get there early. I'm giving you guys insider information right now.
Pop in there as soon as you can because it's going to.
Matter of fact, go today. What are we doing? If you haven't bought a computer yet, it's August 5th, right? Most schools start in 2 weeks. That means you have 2 weeks to go and find you a decent computer, get all your school supplies. If you don't have school supplies at this point, what are you doing?
Just saying, there's.
You want to be prepared.
Yeah. So just be aware of this. That's basically it. The first one. So.
Yeah. So. Actually, Adam, the link to the second one doesn't work, unfortunately, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip to the iPhone Air 2, which is expected to launch.
Does it really not work?
Yeah, I mean, you just accidentally put the same link twice. With the iPad, not the iPad.
Oh, hold up.
I'm holding.
I had the same thing. So
the horses are held.
I will find it. I think I know what I did there. Okay. Let me just fix that in real time. I'm sorry, Quasi. That's completely my fault.
It's completely fine. Please take your time. Actually,
I do
not
see
too much
this
time.
note from Quasi saying link not working. Now the link should work.
Wonderful.
Should is the key word in that sentence.
Hold on. It must have not updated for me yet because I just clicked it and it's the same link for me. Why is it doing this?
I could just send it to you. Like iMessage if that helps.
Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Quasi is having some technical difficulties.
There. It's a good thing we have Macs right now.
It's a great thing I own a MacBook. There we go.
Yep. That should do it, right?
Let's talk about Timmy C.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
Tim Cook was the CEO for 15 years, right? And on the 30th of July, which was just last Thursday, he participated in his final Apple earnings call, and the incoming CEO, John Ternus, is now set to take over on September 1st. So, what has Tim done in his time at Apple, right? He's been here for 15 years. What could he have possibly done? Well, first and foremost, when Tim Cook took over as CEO for Apple, they were worth about $108 billion, right? That was the revenue for all of 2011. In quarter 3 of this past year, of this 2026, Apple reported $109.4 billion just for that one quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain this to you. In all of 2011, all 4 quarters, Apple made $108 billion. And in one quarter, this 2026, they've made more than that, right? Now, we don't have the numbers for the fiscal year of 2026, but in 2025, the revenue was $416 billion, right? While the iPhone revenue in 2011 was $47. And just this quarter, it was $54.3 billion, right? Now, that one's not a huge stark jump. We see that they're getting a lot of revenue from other places, but still, that is a lot of money in sales, right? As far as their evaluation, Apple just briefly hit a market cap of above $5 trillion. I think it was earlier last week. But their market cap right now is about $4.5 trillion. If any of you can count to $4.5 trillion, I will send you $100. Just make a video. I'm not going to watch all of it. You can definitely skip a few numbers and I won't know. But that's a lot of money, right? It's very important that you understand that it was the world's most valuable publicly traded company. But now, of course, NVIDIA is the world's most valuable traded company because of this unfortunate rise in AI that's taking away from everybody else. The consumers are no longer in focus, but the companies are. It's really unfortunate. That's something to talk about another day. When Tim Cook took office in 2011, Apple stock price was $13.35 or $13.35. Today, it's $304.81. That is a 23 times increase. That is absolutely insane. Apple has over 2.5 billion active devices. 2.5 billion Apple products just around the world.
Isn't that more than the people on Earth or something? I don't know.
No, there's 7.9 billion people on Earth. It might be like 8 now. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
World population, 8.3 billion.
Oh, it's not even close. Okay.
But that means that there are more active devices in more active Apple devices than there are people in India, which is the most populous country, the most populous country in the world. If you took India and you took the United States and then Indonesia and you put them all together, you would still be less than the amount of.
That's a lot of devices, though. Still, it's crazy.
It really is. Did you know that China and India have 1.4 billion people,
That's a lot.
which is actually like more than 4 times the U.S. And we have
But
a
they
lot
don't-
of people.
They don't have equivalent amount of bathrooms, though. That's a
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, I can see
It's a
that
problem
being
here,
a
too.
large issue, like a ginormous issue.
If you're at
Like,
a
I
house,
can't think of a worse issue.
there should be a bathroom per person. Just saying.
I don't know about all that. What if you have 7 children?
There should be 7 bathrooms.
Mm.
You know why? I do not want to be rushed. And if
Understandable.
I have to go now, I can do that.
Understandable.
That is why.
So, in addition to that, Apple services, right? We've seen that Apple made a lot of money off devices, but then they pivoted and they started selling their own services like iCloud, which I pay entirely too much for, Apple Music,
Not too much.
Apple TV, Apple Arcade. What are some other ones? And Apple Fitness Plus, Apple News Plus. There's
Do you
a
have
lot
the
of them.
subscription with Apple for the editing apps and stuff too? What's it called?
Yeah, I have the Creator.
That.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But since 2011, it's grown exponentially, right? It was $9.4 billion that they made off of that in 2011. But in just quarter 3 of 2026, it was $30.7 billion, which is over 3 times as much as they did that year, right? And in the fiscal year of 2025, those services brought in $109 billion, right? And Apple said that during the earnings call, that it now has 1.5 billion subscriptions.
That
1.5 billion
insane.
subscriptions. Right? So all the services that were launched, or a couple of services that were launched under Cook, are Apple Pay Cash, Apple Card, Apple Music, Apple News, Apple TV, Apple Arcade, Apple Fitness, iCloud Plus, and Apple Store search ads. And then ads and maps, which when it first came out, me and Adam thought that those were going to be absolutely terrible. I've got to be honest with you. The ads and maps are not bad at all. Like, I never even noticed
Have you
them.
even seen an ad yet?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
The way it works is it just like, so if I type in fast food, it'll say like sponsored, and then put one option towards the top, and that's the ads.
I don't have that.
Oh, well, it's just not working for me because everything's closed right now. But try
that could
again
be
when
very well what's
everything's
happening.
open. Try again when everything's open, and you'll see that this is probably the best way you can integrate ads and not have me get upset about it. So I take it back, Timmy. You did your thing again. But yeah,
I'm impressed. And
yeah. I mean, they just
this is now. That's the crazy part about this. But John takes over. I'm not saying Tim is not a good CEO. Let's not take that away from this. What I'm saying is I'm curious to see with the new CEO happening very shortly now, how does this translate into what's to be expected from John? Because John has not been in Apple for like 5 years. It's been a little bit longer than that, right? He's been here for a bit. So he understands and knows the Apple way of things and how, as a whole, this is expected to continue to happen. And, and Tim's been giving him shadowing of how to do this role. So he's not just kind of like walk into it blind. And I'm curious to see his changes, what he's going to make things better. I know one of the very first things that he's going to be doing as his new role is the events for the iPhone event coming up next month, right? Is in person. And we know that they went to pre-recorded when they did COVID stuff, right? They had to. But they kind of didn't really go back to it. And I kind of like him. So, like me and Quay's talked this morning, I am going to miss him, but not like I can't live without having them pre-recorded. I like the in-person ones too. So those are nice for the people to see them firsthand kind of thing, right? And, the MacBook Neo kind of thing we just talked about, phenomenal device. Like, what's he got in store, right? And that's what we all have to still wait to see. But I have high hopes for John. I think he's a great choice for a CEO. And I think he's not going to lead Apple astray. I think he's going to be a great person that takes over the reins. So with all that Tim has done, and with Tim shadowing John to do this kind of thing and take over, I kind of think it's going to be good for Apple. What about you, Quasey?
I agree. I don't think that there's anything bad that can come out of the new CEO, except for everything bad that can come out of a new CEO, right? But obviously, it's going to be a transitional period, and Apple's been losing a lot of employees and stuff, so that might take a toll on him. If we see a dip in the first couple of months, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely being poached, but like, I wouldn't be super surprised if Apple takes a tiny dip in the first couple of months, but I definitely think that John Turnus is not going to be the worst thing that's happened to Apple, because if you remember, back in the early days, after Apple basically kicked out Steve Jobs, they started running the company into the ground, and I think that we have a lot better CEOs, and I think we have people who care a lot more for the company now, and I think that the vision that Tim Cook had is also a vision that everybody else has, and they want to kind of keep it cohesive, so that's where I'm at right now.
Keep in mind, Tim chose John, right? I mean, obviously the board of directors agreed and everything, right? But this is the one person that Tim has chose. And I think it's a great choice. I mean, I think Craig Federighi would be a great choice as well, and maybe we'll get his opportunity at some point. But maybe not, because John's like younger than Craig. I like Craig's enthusiasm that he comes with the events. Not that John does not have it, but there's a different level of enthusiasm that Craig brings to the table that I really enjoy and like. So, but they had great options, right? This is what he chose. So, speaking of what they chose, let's talk about the iPhone Air 2. So, we've had our discussions about the iPhone Air, Quasey, and, for me, I still wouldn't choose that device because of what it lacks. But let's talk about some things that's changing, that's coming to the iPhone Air, that's coming next year. The iPhone Air 2. And Quasey's going to pull up the renders that we have, which I don't think is changing too much. So the first thing is they're going to bring, outside just having one camera, and a second 48 megapixel camera for the rear side, right? An ultra wide lens to the fusion lens that's already there. That's great. Like that. A smaller dynamic island. So it's like a pill shaped almost. It's going to be like what it is now, but smaller. That's going to be nice. The A20 Pro chip with 2nm process, which is nice too, is coming to the iPhone Air 2. The second generation N2 chip for wireless networking, which is going to support Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, and various other enhancements. Very nice for that kind of section. And a C2 chip for the 5G, the C1X chip that already has the most powerful integration moment ever in an iPhone. I think 5G sucks still, so it's a nice chip when it gets better, but right now until that gets better, it is. I mean, the range is worse, and I don't know how on earth that I have high speeds, but it's still slow. I'll never get that in my life. It makes me so mad. Like, I'm getting almost like 400 or 500 down, and it still takes forever to load something. Why is that the case?
It's a lot faster than
downloading
LTE.
something is super slow. I think it's just. Sorry to go on a rant, but it's there when it gets better.
I think you should acknowledge that it's a lot better than LTE. And
no.
Okay,
You know why I say that? It gets the same speeds. On 4G LTE, I was receiving 300 to 400 down. On 5G, I'm getting about the same speeds. But with 4G LTE, it would reflect the speeds that I would see. 5G, things run slow. It's probably because of the range. It's probably what it is. 5G has a way less range than 4G.
Yeah, this is true. And it can't go through like a single wall.
No. Put a piece of paper. That's it. Sticky note. Done.
Yeah,
can't do much at all. Like, I'm just saying, like, why is it the speeds reflected that I see are not showing what makes sense? I could load Google.com or The Verge or whatever, right? And I see like dial-up days where it's like or just sits there and spins. Why? I'm not sitting on a jet that goes 215 miles an hour and I can't get a signal. I'm sitting in one spot in the towers in a seeable distance. It's 5G rollout is a disaster, and until they make that better, I don't know. And just don't put more towers. That's not the solution. The solution is fix what you have. It's not as reliable as it should be, or the carriers are just throwing the crap out of it. Whatever it's happening, well, all I gotta say is 4G LTE was, in my opinion, a lot better overall with speed and reliableness. So that's not really a word. Also, this is gonna get a 6.5-inch display, which is nice. Still going to be OLED with 12 gigs of RAM and an 18-megapixel camera as center stage for the front. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice lineup for the iPhone Air 2. I still think the bendability of the iPhone Air currently that we see is really incredible. It's like 1,500 pounds of pressure, which, you could have someone sit on it by accident. It's on like the edge of a chair, and most people that are not 1,500 pounds will not break it. So unless they have like a screwdriver in their pocket at the same time and they just like stab it or something, I don't know. But like we saw a test from J-Rig Everything, and he had this rig up with like a crane and stuff to break it, and it was like it did,
took forever.
But like way more. Like if they put this in the iPhone 6 that had bend gate, would have been criminal. I'm just saying that was the most impressive part about the iPhone Air, in my opinion. Not that everything else sucks; it's just not what I want on an iPhone. What are your thoughts, Quasey?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, the iPhone Air just refuses to break. Right, that was definitely the biggest concern that we had going into it. But after seeing J-Rig Everything's video,
yeah,
it took forever to break, and I was like, oh, so even if I sit on my phone, I don't have to worry about it even bending. Now, he did eventually get it to snap in half, but it took a
1,500.
All right.
So when I was at the Apple Store, quick story, I was like, bending the iPhone Air they had on display model. The Apple employee told me, "You could do better than that. Try to bend it."
Oh wow.
Say, sure? I'm like, oh yeah, do what you want to do. If it breaks, don't worry about it. I said, oh okay, I'll do this. So I'm like trying to pull like a customized WWE move. I'm putting the edge table on, I'm like jumping on it, kind of using some elbows. People are looking at me weird, but that's okay. It happens usually anyway. What I'm saying, though, is I did this at the Apple Store, and I tried to bend it. Now, it physically bends, right? But it doesn't stay bent. It goes back to where it was. And I'm putting it on the screen for pressure and backwards and on the cameras, and it just, it was so impressive for what it can handle. And it felt very sturdy. I'm fairly confident that kind of thinness for a phone and stuff that we're going to see in the iPhone Ultra coming out is going to be a great reflection of what's to come, and I'm excited. So I like it. I think it's great for that, but it lacks features. But this is a great step forward for what it did lack the first time. So that's the iPhone Air 2. Let us know in the comments if you're planning on getting one when it comes out next year.
Yeah. I'm not planning on getting one when it comes out because
Me either,
I'm broke.
but it's a good step forward, though.
This is true. You know what else was a pretty good step forward?
Yeah.
Did you know that DuckDuckGo and Knockaround are selling new sunglasses called normal effing glasses that lack cameras, microphones, and electronics to emphasize privacy? And it's more of a satirical take.
It's just funny.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely hilarious. But it's like meta glasses that don't give you notifications and don't collect all your data. So I think it's a little cool. I think it's a cool thing.
I thought from the picture, and Quasey's going to pull up the picture really quick. I thought from the picture that they had that they were smart glasses that were dumbed down with specific things. No, they're just normal glasses. You can wear them in the shower. You can wear them where you eat spaghetti. It's just normal glasses, right? And what I'm impressed with is, the world didn't need this. I'm not saying that these suck. I'm saying, I don't know why all of a sudden DuckDuckGo, of all companies, is making glasses. But it's their way of showing their side of humor that just makes things wonderful in life. We see a lot of news stories, Quasey. They're like, again with this, or it makes you a little bit sad, but this is a little twist on some humor and just kind of the name and everything, right? So I want to bring this up because I thought it was kind of funny, but go ahead, Quasey.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. They're just normal glasses. there's,
$35.
there's not too much. Yeah,
Good
35
price,
bucks. They're way more affordable than the Meta glasses. They
Yes.
should be. They don't offer nearly as
half
much
of it,
technology.
Yeah.
You know, they just have, a really nice feel to them, I'm assuming. But yeah, these are nice.
Do you envision yourself purchasing these, Quasi?
I might. I genuinely might. Like,
I'm not
I don't
opposed
think
to
it's
it.
a bad
They
purchase
kind of
at
look
all.
nice. I
They
kind
do
of like
look
them.
nice. They look like the Meta glasses, and I like the look of the Meta glasses. So,
Do you? This is completely off topic. Do you have a feeling that the focus mode in macOS? I'm not using the beta right now. The current macOS that's released is just not working well. I literally have a custom focus mode for podcast recording that's supposed to eliminate every notification except specific things that I want. And so I saw notifications still. So anyway, and then I went to Do Not Disturb, which is supposed to do everything, right? Still get
Right.
notifications, by the way. So I have Arlo
like
going
they're
off.
popping,
and
they're
Twitter.
popping
Oh,
up,
yeah.
or
Oh,
like
yeah.
you're accidentally opening the notification
No,
center.
just popping up, making the sound, the whole works.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have that issue.
kind of really wish they would just do what it's supposed to do because I kind of still want to be notified. I don't want to get distracted.
Yeah, I
because
mean,
the podcast is
I get
important
that.
to me. This is what we're
I
in
get
right
that.
now. And anyway, though, there's only 63 in stock, Quasi, at the time of recording.
Wow.
Wow, they're kind of doing it well. Good job. Good job. Okay, I want to bring up. I thought it was kind of funny. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of a take on some tech stuff, right? I talk about it. Okay, so this is something that is expected, but we should just make people aware of. That's kind of what this topic is about. So if you heavily use AI, which is the new Siri, basically in iOS, Tim Cook states in a comment that AI usage could cost more than we expected. So if you use it heavily, then you might get charged a subscription or fee to do that, which makes sense because currently with Siri, with Gemini backbone and stuff like that, right, and they're customizing everything that they do with it, is free. It does not cost you a single thing. And I think general use, now that the question is, what's your general use? Well, we don't know quite yet, right? But if you are one that uses it super heavily, you're trying to figure out in a forest what every tree is, set 25 appointments, set some pre-record happy birthday messages you're going to send out, using shortcuts, whatever, the whole, you're using AI to its fullest potential and you're using a whole bunch of things, you might get charged from Apple and might get notification for that. But we have not got this. It's not in place. It's all going to happen. It's Tim Cook said in the earnings call that it could be more expensive than they're anticipating. They might have to pass those costs on to you. And we don't know what that is yet, unfortunately, right? So just be aware of that. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about, is because we might see a cost to use Siri, which kind of sucks, but for high usage only. What are your thoughts, Queasy?
I mean, is that surprising to you? Because I feel like
No, not at all.
Every other AI company makes sure if you use a lot, you're going to have to pay. Otherwise, you're going to reach some caps. And honestly, I just don't foresee anybody using Siri AI that much. If you're using Siri AI over
Are you sure?
over others, I mean, that's good for you. But maybe it's more convenient for you. But I just don't think it's the best one that you could possibly be using, if that makes sense.
What if with the new Siri, which you know is better, now because it works a lot better, people use it more? Right? They don't want to pay for ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, right? And they use this for everything. And because it
I
works
think
so
it'd be
well.
purely based off convenience.
Well, yeah. Am I saying it's the best one? No, I am saying it is vastly and greatly enhanced from the previous Siri. It works. The walls are down. It works great for a lot of stuff, right? So, I find myself using it more, right, to do, to send things in a text or to make an appointment or do this or do that, and it works very well. So, I'm using it more than I ever did. But are people going to use it more than they ever did? Where they're man, now you got $8 a month you get to pay or whatever it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
So we'll know more once
ridiculous.
this is announced. But that just tells you that there are people utilizing it in the beta right now more than they anticipated. So it's going to cost them more money because, well, AI is not free. And Apple does their best to make what is free. So just know that if you're a heavy user, you might get caught, charged a little bit, right? That's what we're trying to get at.
Could be unfortunate, but also...
Yeah, just be careful with how you use it, right? Don't like send a whole entire data center on lockdown because you're using it too much, right? So, just saying.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, you hear some alarms go off because a certain server's on fire, and they just put out, but you put it on fire again, that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, that'd be really sucky.
It would be.
Anyhow, you remember how I was telling you I got new AirPods like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, I did.
Did you know that Apple's thinking about coming out with new AirPods that could debut next month with cameras?
Yeah.
See, this is my biggest issue with
happy or sad?
No, it doesn't, Adam. It doesn't make me happy at all.
Oh, why?
Because I just purchased these.
Yeah, well, you bought them too late.
And I could have... No, I bought them too early. If I waited.
Quincy, these are coming out. We talked about this.
Yeah, but I didn't know they were coming out next week.
We just talked about this, that they were coming out during the same time the iPhone is, which is next month.
I completely forgot about that, actually. I don't even know what month it is, to be quite honest
Say,
with
hey,
you.
Adam, I forget. Hey, I'm thinking about getting some AirPods, which you kind of brought up in the podcast that you were thinking about that. I just didn't know that you were so for these new AirPods that you did not want to get the new ones.
Every day I live without AirPods is like a day that I feel like,
sad.
It's just like it's not a good feeling. All those days without AirPods, right? AirPods are essential. Like, AirPods are the best purchase I've made in my life, and I'm not even upset that I've spent over $1,000 on AirPods at this point. Like, I've bought a new phone in AirPods.
AirPods suck for one thing. Like, you can lose the AirPod, and it's just hard to find it.
That's exactly why I had to buy new ones.
Yeah.
Not too happy about it.
That kind of sucks a little bit, but at the same time, they're nice. They're really nice headphones. I like them. They're the
really
best.
Good.
No, but they're really nice headphones.
Really good.
Yeah. So
that's
anyway,
not even debatable.
What are they coming out with, Quasi?
What's
so new about the new ones?
They're gonna have some new cameras on them.
Cameras. Isn't that a weird spot to put a camera?
Yeah. I don't know why I'd want a camera like right here or right here, but maybe I do want one. I don't know.
Can't imagine they'd be good cameras because they're really small.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know the reason behind it.
Don't know what the cameras could possibly be for.
Is it like point of view, basically, if you're trying to do a presentation, or how much storage you should get? I don't know. I have lots of questions and no answers.
Just could not tell you at all.
I guess we'll find out in September, which is
hopefully
soon.
And, I really want to know how they market this and how big these cameras are going to be.
What Johnny Ive comes back for these, Quasi?
Would that upset you? Or?
Why would I be upset about that? That'd be a great thing.
I don't know. It's just kind of a weak thing to come back for.
That's why they would bring Johnny Ive back. If it's a weak thing, then they can make him come in and say 4 words. You're like, I'm buying 4 of them.
Understandable.
I don't need 4, but I'm buying 4. I don't know. That's the time you bring back someone that could sell anything to you. He could sell water to someone straight in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it's so. He's really good at what he does. He's a great marketer.
I mean, that's not crazy though, because you can't drink the ocean water. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but okay. Maybe he's gonna sell you a heater, or something, in the ocean. You can't plug it in, but
so I actually did just get a notification, and I should definitely be on. No, my focus changed for some reason.
Yeah, mine didn't. It was still on the way I put it on. Just
let's go ahead and put it back on this one.
Is it because a time thing, maybe?
I don't know. Did you tell it to?
Mine's not set to a time. I manually do it because you don't always record at the same time, or day. So I don't know, but they should probably fix that in the next Golden Gate stuff.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I kind of like
Anyhow.
the new
Oh,
AirPods
go ahead.
concept. I think the camera is something I don't know why we want that quite now, but maybe there's a good use case that I'm not
Yeah, I
aware of
mean,
yet.
I like the current heart rate monitor in the thing, and I think the more tech you can pack into
nice.
it, the higher chance there is of it exploding in your ears. So I'm gonna pretend that I don't want this.
I just think that you're gonna want this a lot, and
I know I will.
it's gonna be good.
It's really
I
unfortunate.
want them to come out in black AirPods. Maybe it's time
Dude,
for that too.
yes. Like a
They
matte
have some
black.
black on the AirPods now, but it's like a speaker, So
Yeah.
let's do the rest of it. I mean, these are like the space gray black, This is a cover, just so you know, but do that for AirPods. What's going on here? I know why. The original iPad Nano, I think it was. You saw people dancing, the silhouettes of people with the headphones and they're dancing with or whatever, right? So the AirPod being white is an identifier that it's an Apple product. I get that, right? But I think people would not be upset they were also black.
This is true.
People bought the Apple Watch Series 2, right? Again, when it came out in black. Just saying. Tells you what people will do for the color change. So, that's new AirPods. Let us know if you are going to buy them if you don't have the current ones already. Doesn't it make you want to get the new ones? Or it's time in general? You're man, I got the AirPods 1, I got the AirPods Pro 1. I got to get something new because these are starting to have problems. Is it time? Maybe you have some Bose. You're I'm sick of this bad quality. Let's get some better stuff here. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think.
Most definitely.
Okay. This is gonna make Quace a little bit upset, I'm sure, but we're gonna talk about it anyway.
No, surely not.
Sony says the PS5 will be more affordable than gaming PCs and different enough without discs.
Wow, this is really wild. I think the audience loved that one.
Quasey. That's not a good selling point.
It's
Every
not a good selling
console
point that it's more
is
affordable.
cheaper than a PC that what you need to play games. That's not a new thing. That's like me saying, Quasey, your shoes are so great when you tie them. It's common knowledge. What are they
Yeah, but I think the important part is that even without the discs,
So they remove
Right.
stuff from a PS5 that makes it cost them less, and they're going to give it to you probably for the same price and still charge you a lot of money, but it's going to be cheaper than buying a PC.
correct.
This doesn't make sense as an ad. It doesn't. You know why?
I think
No
you're
one's
just
putting a
refusing
game
to
in
see
a
it.
disc in a PC. They're downloading it on Steam or Epic or whatever, right?
This is true. Nobody's put
And they're saying it's more
a
affordable
disc in a
because
PC in
a
forever.
PC component is way more expensive than what it is going to be for the PS5. And you know what? I can't wait to someone to prove them wrong because people are doing this already. This is dumb. This is a stupid thing. They're trying to justify getting rid of discs, and this is not helping. People are going to be like, they're not going to be like, oh, now I understand. Now I get this thing. This is so great. That's a stupid ad. That's like saying, well, guess what? This car is working great, and it's cheaper than if you were to, just not have one. It doesn't make
It's
sense.
true,
It's
though.
stupid. This is a dumb, stupid thing to say out loud. Dumb. It's a common knowledge thing. The consoles have always been cheaper than buying a PC that can play high-end games or whatever, right? But here's the thing. I just know, in the comments we're going to get this, right? People are going to say this. Oh, it doesn't cost as much for my PC than the PS5 is. I can get Well, maybe because you bought 4 years ago before all this crap happened, first off.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's the
secondly,
important
you can
part.
get a PC for cheaper than the PS5. I get that, right? And this is a time for you to shine. Show us on PC Part Picker, right? A solution for a PC that you want to buy right now that beats a PS5 without a disc, right? Prove them wrong because this is dumb, first off. But secondly, a good high-end PC is going to be way more than the PS5 is. That's common knowledge in an Xbox. It doesn't make sense. It's like saying a Ferrari is expensive compared to a Ford Focus. Duh.
Yeah, I mean,
What I'm saying, though, I'm not trying to bash him for the digital thing. What I'm saying is this is not good because it's a common knowledge thing. You know, a sword is more expensive than a butter knife. That's like the same
I would
comparison.
assume so.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that for sure, but
I don't get this. I don't get what the reason for this is. Do you? Does this make sense to you at all, Quasi? Like even the slightest, because you're a Sony guy.
You know, a little bit.
How?
You know, as they say. How do I put it? Well, let's see. If I have right here in my hand I don't even know what would be expensive. Let's use your example of a Ferrari versus a Ford Focus, right? Obviously, the Ferrari is going to look a lot nicer, right? It's going to attract a lot more people, and it's going to get me from point A to B. But you know what's important? The Ford Focus is also going to get me from point A to B. And it's going to be more fuel efficient, right? And I can get more things on it because I'll have that subscription with that PS Plus that allows me to have access to a lot more games right out the bat than having to actually go and purchase each and every individual game, right? Now, that's not to say that I don't think that people should be purchasing each and every individual game. I think that when you rely on PlayStation, I think there's two ways to it. Because, like, if I have a Game Pass subscription and I'm playing 6 different games a year, okay, I'm making that Game Pass subscription back, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I have a Game Pass subscription, I'm only have it to play online. You know, that's where, you know, PC wins. Because if I have a PC, I don't need to pay any extra to play online. Right? And I think that's one of the most unfortunate parts. However, any free games, you don't have to pay to play online.
I made this fast because they're starting to run out of time a little bit. I can't be so this time already. Do you realize, Quasi, that legally speaking, you not had to have a PS5 to play PS5 games?
I mean, yeah, but like, what better way is there to play PS5?
Now, let me say something to you. I can opt out of buying a PS5 currently and get a PS Portal, not have a PS5, and play games strictly online and stream them, right?
Yeah, but those are.
When I say it's the best option, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they could potentially set something like a PS Portal as a more affordable way to play games than ever than a PC. And that would make more sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a streaming device, you know, looks kind of slick and all this other stuff, right? Am I saying it's the best way to play games? That's not what I'm saying, but it's an option. Like, if I was an Xbox player and I wanted to have a way to play the new Spider-Man games coming out, or Wolverine, whatever, and I want to invest in a PS5, this is something I could do. And it requires better internet and all this other stuff, right? What I'm saying, though, is that's a push that maybe might make that sell more because it's a device that works well. People love it. So, like, that to me makes more sense than what this says. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So, yeah. All right. Let us know what you guys think. Is this a good ad, bad ad, and why? Let us know, please, in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know. Hey,
okay.
Let's round it out with the Steam Frame. All right. So the Steam Frame is Valve's upcoming VR headset, and unfortunately, just like all Valve's other things, because of this egregious RAM crisis that sells to the highest bidder, because there's only 3 companies in the world that make RAM, and only 2 of them give consumers the chance to buy it. Unfortunately, because of this RAM crisis, leaks suggest a starting price of at least $1,100. So that's not just because of the RAM. Obviously, it's also going to have a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM and some high-resolution displays. But these are just the... hopefully, by the time it releases, we can see that price go down a little bit. But golly, dude, the way this RAM is...
Let's not forget, this is exactly 3 times cheaper than one Vision Pro.
Yeah, but like the Vision Pro isn't for gaming, you know? Like the Vision Pro is for feeling like Tony Stark. Right?
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it sucks. I'm saying the price sucks of Vision Pro. That's what I'm saying. And that's going to probably start with 256 gigs of storage. Ugh. Oof. I mean, it's a gaming headset, you know? It's going to be kind of low. I mean, it's like you can't even fit half a GTA on that, you know?
This is true.
Not that you're going to do that, but, like, you know. I mean, the rest of it is great for specs. I mean, it's pretty nice. Snapdragon 8 Gen was SoC stock, you know? It's nice. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of the stocks. I know people are wanting to get this. Quasi has his pre-order ready to go to get the Steam frame, you know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get this, so it's going to be kind of expensive. We have to wait till things die down. I kind of want to get it because I know Valve does, like, great stuff, and it looks pretty sick. Looks sick. So, yeah, let us know if you can get the Steam frame. Does this make you not want to get it now, or do you still want to get it because you don't care you want to get it now? And what games are you going to play on a VR that you really like? Do you like Super Hot or some other great stuff? They're out there. Just let us know below in the comments, please.
Yeah.
Do we just go through them?
Yeah,
we just did.
That's the last one.
All right. Quasi, what is your product and app of the week?
So my product of the week, surprisingly enough, is not an instrument this week. It's actually the AirPods case that I'll be getting in about, what time is it? In about 12 minutes when we walk out of here and I head over to the Amazon locker. It's an AirPods Pro 3 case. Because, fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you had the AirPod Pro 1s or the AirPod Pro 2s, you can get a case for those and it'll work vice versa. But God forbid you upgrade to the AirPod Pro 3s and forget to buy a case. It's not going to fit in your previous case. Actually, it's going to get stuck when you try to put it in your previous case, and you're going to panic because you almost accidentally pull off the top of the new case, and it's just a whole ordeal. Right? So it's very important that if you buy a case for the new AirPod Pro 3s that you buy a case, you know? Like, you make sure it says AirPod Pro 3 is compatible.
I should be clear. This is not a third-party replacement like case that your AirPods go into. It is a cover for the existing case that Apple gives you. So just to be clear, it looks pretty sick. I like that it has that like safety lock on it and some toolkits and cleaning stuff. It's kind of cool.
Very similar to the one that I bought for my AirPod Pro 2s.
It's less than $10 too. I mean, it's pretty nice. And it's rated
if
very
you have
high.
Amazon Prime, you actually there's a code you can clip, and you'll get it for like $8.98 instead of the $10.
It's quite nice.
Yeah. So that's my product of the week.
Does it make it water resistant?
No, because the bottom is still exposed.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that you can charge it. So.
Not that it has to. I was just curious. I mean, it looks like it could be. That's all.
Yeah.
It's really cool though.
I get that.
Nice product of the week, Quasi. Like that.
Thank you.
What about your app of the week?
Oh, my app of the week is going to be Marvel Future Fight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this leads to a bigger thing. First and foremost, if you haven't seen Spider-Man, go see Spider-Man, because spoiler incoming. If you don't want to hear the spoiler, skip 30 seconds into the future. He dies at the end. Moving forward.
Quasi.
Moving forward.
I could not unhear that.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you a spoiler warning. And
people are going to bash you more than me this week. I'm telling you right now.
It's by the time the episode releases, the movie would have been out for a week, and if you guys haven't seen it yet, really, whose fault is that, right?
Okay,
there's a theater near you.
It's still like at the theaters. You have to wait until you can see it. It's still like back ordered, if you want to call it that, in the theaters.
I don't know.
That's why.
Yeah, but like they'll have all week to see it. It's not my fault, except it is my fault.
You know
guys
what?
didn't have to hear it.
With MCU, I'm just letting you know, people that happens, and they come back still. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, except for the fact that, yeah, Adam, it was crazy. You have to go see it because I'm not going to spoil what happens or how what happens. But golly, it was some. I was in the theater with tears in my eyes. It was an emotional roller coaster the entire movie.
Well,
I'm talking from maybe 20 minutes into the movie was the first time the emotion started hitting. But also, I gotta say, that movie, oh my God, it was so cool. It had some of the cleanest shots of Spider-Man I've ever seen.
The Odyssey or that? If you're gonna pick one of them now to watch.
In terms of filmmaking, the Odyssey, but in terms of
as a whole.
as a whole, I'm a Spider-Man fan through and through. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not trying to say one sucks and one is bad. I'm just like if I'm gonna go watch a movie this week, right, and I have both of them in theater as an option. I'm going to IMAX, cinema, or whatever, right, high quality movie theater. Which one would you go see first? Right?
Yeah, I would definitely see Spider-Man first.
Okay. I was just
But
curious.
that's not to say the Odyssey isn't as
yet.
bad. I think the Odyssey might be the best movie that was released this year.
Oh wow, that's
it was absolutely amazing. Christopher Nolan.
Did you know that some people watched it 4 times? It's crazy. That's how good it is.
I watched it 3.
Okay.
And then I watched Spider-Man 4 times. Mind you, I saw it on the premiere day, then I saw it on the release day, and then I saw it 2 more times on Saturday.
Did you just not leave the theater when you watched it? Is that what you did, or just?
The first 2 times I watched it, I felt like I didn't really it wasn't emotional enough for me. Right? I went through the emotions and I was like, okay, this is not enough. I need to make sure that that's the movie I saw.
Good to know.
Gosh, it was just such a great movie.
Well, it's on my list. Okay, I'll let you know.
Yes. Spider-Man Brand Day. However, wait, that ties into my app of the week. I just have to. So in my app of the week, Marvel Future Fight, it's. I did it because it's a game that you can play with all the Marvel heroes in, and I started playing this game back when I got my first iPod. So it's been 9-10 years, and I'm still playing it to this day. So it's got some longevity. Good. But yeah, Marvel Future Fight is my app of the week this week.
Speaking of things that are great in cinema, as of recording today, Ted Lasso season 4 is out. The first episode. Haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching that because what a great series that is. I brought that up before. So if you've already seen it, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Is it a good first episode for a season? Does it suck or whatever? Let me know in the comments below. Don't put spoilers, please. If people haven't watched it, just let us know if you like it or not and why. So it's on my list though. So my product of the week is a digital picture frame from. There's a company name. Pastigio? I don't know. I'm saying probably something really wrong. Point is this. When you have some birthdays coming up or, Mother's Day or whatever the case is, I know it's not coming up soon. What I'm saying, though, is we're at the season of, it's time to get some gifts from people, right? Or yourself. You can get this 1920 by 1080 IPS panel that is a digital picture frame that you can actually upload stuff to remotely, and it comes right to this thing. It has some storage up to 32 gigs, I believe. We can go even more. But it's a nice little thing because you can constantly update this set of pictures, and you can be on vacation, send it to grandma or your mom or dad or whatever, and it's just instant. And it's kind of really cool, and they could put things on it too themselves, and it's really nice and easy to update and everything like that. So that is my product of the week. It's only $100. It's cheap. You save $30 there. It's kind of really nice. Yeah, my app of the week is Game Dev Tycoon. I'm a huge fan of the game dev story from Carosoft. This is their own take on this. It's a different company completely, and I love the idea of owning my own game company. And this gives you a very different take on potentially doing that very thing. And it used to be only for Steam, and now they brought it over to iOS. And boy, it looks nice. So it's a fun game. It does cost $5, unfortunately, but it's a small price to pay for such a great game. And that's my app of the week. So, wonderful. Guys, we have one more thing for you, not to be pun intended. Quasi, we had a discussion last week about a certain surprise, right? And we're gonna unveil that right now.
I definitely completely forgot about it. But ladies and gentlemen, we have another giveaway, right? And this is giveaway number 18, 19? Okay, we probably haven't done that many.
Something
but
like
we've
that.
done quite a few, right? Let me show you guys. We have this awesome looking Lenovo t-shirt. Or it's not even a t-shirt, it's a polo. Right now, it's very important to note, this is the best material I felt today. Right? It seems to be
way better than the 4 spires that he walked into this morning, right?
Let me comment on that really quick. This morning, I walked out of my apartment and immediately walked into 2 different spider webs. I was so upset.
I thought you said spiders. Oh, I heard that
No,
wrong.
spider webs. Yeah, I was very upset about that. But it's from this company, something 9, apartment 9. I don't know.
Apartment 9 from
I don't know.
Kohl's.
It's a size XL, but I'm sure if you want it, you can trim it down to whatever you want. All right, so here's how you can enter to win this shirt. First and foremost, you have to comment Kwesi is the greatest podcaster of all time on ever. Nah, I'm joking. You guys will see a TikTok, right, as usual. This TikTok will just click on our page and then go to the link in the bio. All right, that'll take you to the Discord. And in our Discord, we have a giveaway channel. And inside giveaway channel is where we announce all the giveaway winners. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple process. Just find the Discord. Also, the Discord's in the podcast's description every week.
Yes.
Every week. Now, I haven't personally clicked on the link to make sure that it works because I've been in the Discord for, almost a year now. So
let's see.
I can't guarantee that the link works.
Still
but
works.
I sure hope so.
As of right now, yes, it does.
All right. So according to Adam, it still works.
Yes.
So
good
you guys should be good. Because I know sometimes Discord links will they'll stop working after a while. So luckily that's not the case here.
And I should note that this is an official Lenovo apparel. This is not like we went to Dollar Tree and found this or Goodwill or whatever. This is an official Lenovo unused shirt that was delivered to us personally by Lenovo themselves, just so you know. So
it was delivered
we don't
to
have
him
a
personally.
current partnership with them or anything like that. But I'm like, you know what? This is really cool. I think the first thing we'll do with this is give this away to one of our fans because, it's a nice, comfortable shirt. It's starting to get a little colder out. This is the time to put this on and, enjoy it. And it's so comfortable. It could be used as a pillow if you really want to. It's so nice. Not really a blanket, but a pillow for sure. So, it's not going to cost you anything. We're still deciding if we're going to at least have you pay for shipping or not, but we might not. But the more information for this will be in the Discord channel under giveaway. And, we're not going to make it do too much to do this, but there's a little bit yet to do to win it. And then it'll be announced live on the podcast the winner, and then we'll reach out to you in Discord on how to obtain it. So, that's our giveaway for this week, and we're really excited about that. And I promise you, Kwesi is not going to wear it first to make sure it is shirt worthy.
This is true.
So, that's our giveaway. It's a Lenovo long sleeve XL T-shirt. Words are hard sometimes. So look forward to that in the description and Discord. So, all right, guys, have a fantastic week. Stay safe. If you're coming up to school and college, be safe there and actually pay attention in your first day of classes. They do matter. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week.
Yep, me too. Oh, wait, no,
Okay.
that's not what I usually say. What do I usually say?
You
What do I say?
You usually say adios or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
I think it's because Kwesi's gone from Xbox to PS5, and
I just don't think it has anything to do with
some
that.
ways. He used to say hey, you have to have an alien hands to use this controller, and now he doesn't say that anymore. So I'm just questioning some things that Kwesi's doing recently. It's just one of them. So,
the PlayStation 5 controller, I think I was blinded by my
by truth,
not my hate, but my distrust for Sony at that point in time, and I made a baseless claim that I'm willing to take back. Right? Do I think it's the most comfortable controller on the market? It's a possibility. Do I still like the Xbox gamepad? Yeah, I love it.
I really think that since he's just tried out the Steam controller this morning that I have, he agrees with me it's the best controller that's ever been made ever. So
well, I didn't actually play any games with it, so we're gonna have to.
Well, I'm just
call
letting you know,
maybe the best
I have a
controller
Steam
ever
Deck and I
made.
have a Steam controller, so you can try it out. You can try Spider-Man if you want to. I have that game too. So
I would love to play Spider-Man. I always love playing Spider-Man.
Make it happen.
Spider-Man's
Hey,
the
this
greatest
week,
game
man.
ever.
Just you let me know. Just, if you have time, just come down to my
sure.
work. You know where I'm at.
I probably won't have time. We're in fall camp, which is gonna make getting this
just
episode out a little bit tricky. But we've got this, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm sure it could. Yeah.
Oh no! Last year I had strep throat for like 3 days, and I got to just be home. And those were the best 3 days of my life. Oh my goodness, you know what I mean? I was so tired. Huh?
Except when you cough with strep throat, it's really terribly bad.
I mean,
it hurts.
The thing is, the strep throat was going around the team, right? And I really didn't want to be at practice that day, so I went and I told the trainer, "Hey, John, I think I have maybe I'll cut this part and add it to a podcast later, just in case Coach listens to this at some point." But I told the trainer, "Hey, John, I'm feeling kind of sick. I don't think I can practice today, right?" He told me go to the doctor, right? I was lying, by the way. I did not feel sick. I just didn't want to be at practice, right? I go to the doctor. They tell me I have strep, right? I was like, oh, shoot. Apparently, I've got strep throat. Mind you, I don't feel anything. I'm not coughing. I'm having the time. Like, I'm not having the time of my life, but, you know, I'm just not sick. And I got out of practice for a good 3 days. It was awesome.
So you didn't have any pain or nothing from strep?
No, I was asymptomatic.
Wow. Like...
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. That's, I guess, count your blessings, right?
Yeah, I mean... Or maybe I just caught it in a really early stage. And, I mean, I took the medicine and stuff, so...
That's good.
It's probably...
Very good job, then.
It's probably great.
All right, guys. This concludes this episode of this week. We hope to see you next week. And we have some, more news for Apple and some other stuff, too. I have a feeling we're getting some new... video game news coming out that's going to be pretty nice. And I don't want to get too much away, but next week might be great for that. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a fantastic week.
Yep. Bye, guys.